Hello, everyone, and welcome to Return to Calm. So, before we actually dive in, let's just take a second to land. So, taking a slow breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Let the day slide off you. This next hour is yours. My intention for tonight is that you walk away feeling more anchored, more spacious, a little clearer on where your next step towards calm actually looks like in real life and not like the Instagram pitch perfect version, the actual human one. And you don't need to be good at relaxing. You just need to show up, be here, be present, just listen in. And yeah, so for today, the session will kind of go in this order so you know what to expect. I'll start with a karakia where we can ground in, set up the space energetically. I'll provide a wee intro about myself for those of you who are new here, also how conscious early learning came about. Then we'll run through the 7 pillars of self-care. And following from that, I will share how we can continue this work together if you're interested. And then we'll finish up with a meditation. So it'll be like a bit of a visualization, a restorative practice where we will install that calm anchor and it'll be personalized to you. So as always, start all my sessions with a karakia and grounding in. E rangi nui, e tū, e papatua noku, e tā koto, āwhina tia mātou, kia tau te mauri, haumie hui e taiki e. So we're just asking rangi nui, Sky Father who stands above, papatua noku who lies below, our Earth Mother, to join us, embrace us, let that life force be at peace as we unite here tonight. So we'll just take a moment to ground in our energy. So you might like to close your eyes down and just feeling your body on the surface. You might be lying down, you might be sitting, you might feel your feet flat on the floor, might just find that your sit bones are connecting with the seat. And we're going to imagine tree roots growing down all the way deeper into the earth, spreading, multiplying as we're aiming all the way down towards the Earth's core. We're going to take 3 breaths here, and each out breath is going to be longer than the inhale. And on every out breath, we're growing those roots deeper towards the core of the earth. So when you're ready, breathing in, inside out. 2 more, breathing in, sighing out. Last one, breathing in, sighing it out. Just visualizing those tree roots wrapping around the core of the earth, feeling totally anchored. Breathing in the energy from Earth Mother, Papatua Noku, feeling it rise up your tree roots into the base half of your body. You might just feel that rising up. Then you'll feel in front of you, you could imagine holding onto a ball of light that just grows bigger and bigger until it's too big for you to hold as it pops. We're just cleansing your energy. Then imagine yourself in a bubble where you're just staying completely in your own energy, although we're all connected here. Got this white layer of protection like a bubble around you, just keeping you safe, holding you through this session. And whilst we're here in this grounded space, you might like to set an intention for the evening. Might just be to just be present and to absorb what resonates for you, take what you like, leave what doesn't. Could be to leave with a calm anchor, knowing what to do when you're feeling triggered with children. Could be just to go through the session with curiosity, to learn something new perhaps. When you're ready, you can just open your eyes and look around the room. Might like to focus on an object and look at the color, the shape, the size, the texture before meeting me back here at the screen. So for anyone new to my world, my name is Sarah Finlay. I am the founder of Conscious Early Learning, and I'm a mum to three little humans. My son has just turned 4, our daughter has just turned 2, and we have another daughter who is 4 months old. So if you hear any small child chaos in the background, then that's just me living the work. I spent over a decade in early childhood education after and amongst doing my early childhood degree in teaching, helped to open various an early childhood centre and different things like leading teams, mentoring staff. And yeah, I loved the children. I loved helping families and being a teacher. But somewhere along the way, I stopped helping myself, putting everybody else first, kept saying yes, showing up, kept pushing, trying to do my best, be productive until my body actually hit a wall. And I was trying to cope through addiction. So I had alcohol, weed, cigarettes, all on the list. And then I ended up losing my career because of it. I lost my health, and for a while, I really lost a sense of who I was. So that collapse about 8 years ago now came the start of my true deeper healing. And so everything I'm going to share with you tonight is born from rebuilding myself one layer at a time. So this is how we came across the 7 pillars of self-care, the 7 pillars of calm. They're not theories, they're not plucked out of a book. They are lived experiences and practices that have helped me move through from survival mode into something a lot more grounded. So we will start with the foundation, which is the physical self-care pillar. So the little mantra here is my body is my anchor. So most of us were never taught to listen to our bodies in early childhood and parenting work. We're trained to read everyone else's cues, whether they're hungry or tired or overstimulated or if they need something, but we quite often forget about our own needs. So we override these signals. We can end up skipping meals. We can scroll endlessly, do the doom scroll instead of actually truly resting. Or we can have that 4 p.m. coffee and then call that self-care. Whereas true physical calm, physical self-care is about rebuilding trust with your body. It's the base of the whole nervous system pyramid. So if the body doesn't feel safe, then there's like no amount of mindset work that will actually stick. So when I was burnt out, I, like I mentioned earlier, was living on alcohol, weed, cigarettes, adrenaline, and caffeine. And I used to mask the actual root of what was really going on for me. And I told myself I was fine until my body made the decision for me. I went into adrenal fatigue. I also discovered and then had surgery for endometriosis, an ovarian tumor. And I was just in like a state of complete depletion. So that was my body saying to me that I was done. It's like we're done doing calm on the outside while you're actually chaos on the inside. So in the present day now, physical calm looks a lot simpler. It could be prioritizing sleep before the screens. It's having a real meal instead of leftover crusts from the kids. It's walking barefoot on the grass while my kids run around, or in real time, shaking my arms for 30 seconds if I'm feeling triggered before responding, or even, yeah, just doing some movement between Zoom calls. Started gym classes, actually like lifting weights for the first time in over a decade, or even like doing it properly. So it's nothing glamorous or amazing, but it's just honest human work. So for anyone who is in the line of childcare, which we do have a couple here tonight, um, and is also parenting small humans, your body is the instrument you teach with. If it's tense, rushed, or you're running on fumes, the children feel it. And regulation is contagious. But then, unfortunately, so is dysregulation. So when the body feels safe, calm actually has got a place where it can land. So that's our physical. And next we're going to go into emotional. When the body slows down, the feelings you've been out running finally have a chance to catch up. And it's actually a good thing. Because for many of us, when these emotions do show up, this is where it gets uncomfortable because no one taught us how to feel without judging, fixing, or pushing it away. But emotions aren't actually something to be fixed. It's really cool. Like when you think of them actually as messengers, they hold information for us. And most parents and educators I work with don't necessarily struggle because they feel too much. It's more that they think that their feelings mean they're doing something wrong. So emotional calm isn't at all about being calm all the time. And it's actually about letting emotions move without letting them take over the whole system. When I was burning out, I either swallowed my feelings or went passive aggressive and exploded at my partner. There was really no middle ground. I was either like picture perfect calm, and I thought that calm meant, don't feel, don't have big feelings. But what I've learned is that calm actually means your capacity, like your window of tolerance, your baseline where you do feel safe in your nervous system. So for parents, this shows up when your children may be having a meltdown and that really hits a nerve, and then suddenly you're reacting from your unprocessed feelings. For educators, it could be the moment where one more behavioral issue just feels like too much, and you can't possibly even tell if it's about the child or it could be the weight that you're already carrying. So our emotional calm is learning to pause and actually say, something is moving through me, and that's okay. And it's really important to, when something does come up, if you can do it then and there, give yourself a chance to actually feel it. Or if you can't, then create space later on in the day or within the week to try and actually just spend some time, let that emotion be witnessed. So when we're actually like welcoming emotions in instead of resisting them, they can then soften faster. And this is how we stop passing those unprocessed emotions onto the children in our care, not by being perfect, but by being honest and resourced. And then once the emotions feel safe or feel safer to actually feel them, something deeper starts to shift. Who we believe we are underneath it all. That's where identity comes in, and that's our next pillar. So when we talk about identity, we're talking about who you are underneath all the roles, whether it's the teacher, the mum, the colleague, the partner. So for years, I thought my value came from how much I could do and how well I could hold everything together. So if my classroom was smooth when I was teaching back in the day, or then when entering motherhood, it became if my children were happy, or if the to-do list was ticked off, or anything like that, then I was like, oh, I'm being good. It's approval seeking pretty much. So, um, when you're taking care and actually like giving your attention to this sense of identity, what happens is you stop outsourcing your worth. So it's remembering that you were already enough before you achieved anything today. It's knowing the difference between being productive and being present. So when I finally hit burnout, I had to rebuild my sense of self from the inside out. I started asking different questions like, Who am I if I'm not fixing things? Or who am I when I'm not performing calm for everyone else? Because it's really what you do behind closed doors as opposed to like when everybody's watching. So instead of chasing perfection, I practice self-permission. So I let the dishes wait if my body's asking to rest. I cancel plans if my energy says no. And that's not from a place of laziness, that's actually leadership. So calm doesn't come from control, it comes from knowing your truth. Then we go into our social pillar, which is connection from overflow, not obligation. It's about how we relate with our children, our partners, our colleagues, our friends. So many of us give from depletion and call it love. So I've been chatting with a friend a couple of years ago, and she gave me this like visual. It's like you imagine a teacup in a saucer. Like you all know what a teacup in a saucer looks like. So it's like pouring that into the teacup, letting it overflow into the saucer, and then you get the saucer and you pour from that. It's not as though you're pouring from the cup. So whenever you're pouring into someone else, it's because you've got overflow. Well, that's quite a cool little visual. And it's giving because you want to, not because you're terrified of letting someone down. It's remembering that you teach calm through how you recover rather than like how perfectly you're holding it together. So for parents, that looks like breathing after you snap and showing your child what repair looks like. So I got loud. I raised my voice. I'm sorry. Let's start again. And then, like, above everything, like, yes, returning to calm, yes, using these tools, but self-compassion. Giving yourself compassion is the greatest overall sense of self-care you can do. So if you take anything away from tonight, take away that. And practice for educators, it could be you're taking a micro pause before responding to a child's big emotion, or even just like asking a colleague for support instead of just soldiering on because you think it's the right thing to do, asking for help. Boundaries used to terrify me because I thought that it'd make me seem like cold. Whereas now I realize it's actually what helps me to stay kind. So asking my partner for support rather than just continuing on and trying to do everything and be everything for everyone. That's how I can actually keep my energy clean so I can actually enjoy the people I care about. And working our way through these pillars, we've got a couple more before we go into our meditation practice. Oh, we're doing really good for time. So our next one is environmental. And again, if you've got any questions or anything's coming up, I'd love to hear from you in the chat. My environment reflects my truth. So our surroundings talk to our nervous system all day long. When our space, you've probably heard this one before, when your space around you is chaotic, then our body stays on alert. And on the flip side, when our space feels supportive, the body exhales. So for me, environmental self-care started with the smallest things. It would be like clearing one drawer out or lighting the essential oil diffuser or putting my phone out of reach on airplane mode at nighttime. And I noticed the less visual noise that I consumed, the less mental noise I carried. In early childhood settings, this really can show up everywhere. It could be a cluttered classroom, like in your center, if that overstimulates not just the children, it's going to overstimulate the adults too. So when I was working as a teacher, fully simplified our environment because we used to have another teacher who would bring everything out, and there was like heaps of like little building blocks, but like lots of different stations. So I found like if they actually had fewer choices, softer colors, like the natural loose parts, maybe even some calm music for a while there, the behavior issues dropped a lot. And like the whole theory of less is more. And same at home. So when the bench is clear, my brain believes that I have capacity again. So it's not about creating like this picture perfect home. Rather, it's about creating a space that says and makes you feel like you belong here. So it could be like, decluttering or cleaning the car or your handbag, or you could be adding in things that soothe you, like a plant or more sunlight, opening windows. So even if you just like look around your current space, mine could definitely do with a clean up, like practicing what I preach. Hello, children live here. But perhaps like what's one small thing that you could do? And and that's the same with like digital environments. So perhaps it's deleting 10 photos from your phone or clearing that one surface where everything gets dumped or or like have those everything drawers and then you avoid them, but you just keep stuffing stuff in there. It's like just taking a little peek in there and seeing what doesn't belong there anymore, or just getting rid of stuff that's broken is another really good one because your physical order invites inner ease. So when you start reclaiming your body, your emotions, your identity, and your sense of self, your relationships, your space, your environment, inner and outer environment, you can start to see how much power you actually have to shift the entire energy of a whole room. Next, we will just touch on how to bring calm to the most like frequently visited place that people often go straight there when they start self-development. I know I was definitely guilty of this, and that's mindset work. And then I'll just kind of talk about why we leave this until this point in the self-care journey. So we're seeing through calm, not chaos. About the mind, the one that loves to narrate, fix, or compare, or plan 3 steps ahead and open like 20 mental tabs at once. And most of us, that inner voice is loud. It tells us we're not doing enough, we're not patient enough, we're not calm enough. In fact, we have roughly like 65 to 70,000 thoughts per day, and then 70,000 of those are either repetitive daily, like same thoughts that you've had on repeat every single day, or they're either negative or just simply redundant. So mental calm isn't about silencing that voice. It's about questioning it, get curious, about choosing which thoughts you feed and then which ones you let just drift on by. So when I was deep in burnout, my mind was constantly shouting, keep it together, don't drop the ball, everyone's watching, got to be perfect. So, and I actually believed every word. It took a long time to realize that most of those thoughts didn't actually belong to me. They were habits. It was from old conditioning dressed up as truth. Now, when I notice those kind of thoughts and the noise ramping up, I use like a little micro reset and I take like just one slow inhale in the nose, one long exhale from the mouth, and then I'll ask myself, is this true? Or you could have another question up your sleeve, like, what would calm do next? And for parents, that might mean choosing connection over correction in a hard moment. For educators, it might mean taking a breath before responding to a colleague or a situation in the center. Because that pause, that is the moment that you actually change the entire pattern. That's where you start rewiring the neural pathways in your brain. So why don't we just take a breath right now through the nose, out through the mouth. Think of one thought that's been looping in your mind lately. Is it fear or is it faith? And if it is fear, that's okay. Just don't build your whole day around it. We're literally just one choice away from either feeding something or redirecting our energy, redirecting our attention elsewhere. So calm thinking, calm mindset, it doesn't mean like constantly positive thinking. And yes, I have been down the positive toxicity route and doesn't work. It's more about being honest with that, again, with that compassion. That's the underlying thing or the bridge to everything here. So you can acknowledge the hard without living inside of it. Then we've just got our final pillar here, which is about trust. So we're not talking about like that blind faith, but that quiet inner knowing that you are guided, you are held and supported by something higher, whether that's God, universe, source, whatever your beliefs are. It's just having that trust that you're supported even when life feels messy. So you don't need to be spiritual to feel this. It's the same energy that makes a child crawl to your lap when they need safety, like your secure base. Something in them knows that you'll be able to hold them. So when I lost my teaching registration, I thought my life was over. I felt like a failure. I went into a depression. But now I see in hindsight that it was a redirection. So that collapse actually pushed me into a path that I never would have chosen, but I absolutely did need it. The path that led me here tonight, actually helping other educators and parents to find their own calm. So every challenge has carried the same pattern. So there's been chaos first and clarity after. Then from there, I'll gain a tool or a practice that I've had to learn and then embody as a result. So spiritual calm is remembering that even when things fall apart, you're still being rearranged towards something truer, something more aligned. It's trusting that the same calm you touch in maybe a meditation or a peaceful nature walk, it's not separate from you. That is your home base. It's always waiting for you under all of the noise. So it could just be taking a breath, whispering quietly to yourself, I am guided, I am safe, I am supported. Dropping the shoulders, unclenching the jaw. It's just in that moment, just those micro tweaks, that's calm remembering itself. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the underlying theme to every single self-care pillar is finding safety in whatever it is. Before we go into our meditation, I just want to bridge something really important. So a lot of people can feel really calm after a session like this and really motivated and take all of this on board. And then you go back to life, everything else resumes, and then that calm can like slowly fade away. And so that doesn't mean that it didn't work. It means that your nervous system rewires and it needs repetition, not just willpower alone. You need to increase your baseline. Calm is not just like a one-off moment. It's a new way of relating, whether it's to yourself, to your children, to pressure and stress. Stress. So that's exactly why I created something completely brand new. And that is my upcoming program, Calm at the Core. So this is actually the first time that I'm opening this journey. I already do have a couple in there. I've got a parent and a teacher. And so this is an experience for both parents and educators who are done just coping, just getting through, and actually ready to make calm their baseline, something that they can return to when they're either like really heightened or feeling really flat. So as opposed to being something that you only chase when things feel out of control, it's actually just stabilizing that in your everyday life. So inside, the program will slowly move practically through each of these seven pillars, building rhythms in your nervous system in day-to-day life where you can actually maintain it. and it will all be specifically tailored to your lifestyle, to your interests, things that will actually land and make a difference for you. Um, so it's where we take what you've felt tonight and integrate it into your body, your home, your relationships, your work, because calm doesn't come from perfect conditions. It comes from learning to stay connected to yourself in any conditions. So this first round is really special. It's a chance to build this with me from the inside, to shape this experience as a founding member. And as a thank you for being part of this group, you'll receive the founders rate. And this is going to be a 30% discount. My maths is right, about 30%. So it'll go for 697 as opposed to 997 when it will be offered to the public at full price. So we have really flexible payment options to make it feel easy and supported. And when you join, you'll also receive Calm Foundations as a bonus with immediate access. So this is a set of 7 micro short, like under 10-minute audio trainings, each paired with a quick resource and an embodiment practice. So you can actually start regulating your nervous system straight away, while we prepare for the 12-week journey to begin, which is next year. So if a longer commitment just isn't right for you right now, then Calm Foundations on its own is also available as just like another option. So usually that's 97, but through this masterclass replay, I'm going to offer it to you for $57. So both the options are designed to really help feel supportive and not overwhelming. And you don't have to decide anything right now. And you are more than welcome to just take tonight and run with it. But if you're wanting that next step, then those are other ways that you can work with me. So I will link all of those details in a follow-up email as well. So our next little step in our journey tonight is just a really brief meditation. I think, yeah, we'll probably end up finishing a bit early, so we'll go for about 10 minutes. I'll give you a couple of minutes just to get comfortable. Perhaps you might want to have a loo break or get a drink of water, and then we can anchor everything we've talked about into your body, because that is one of the most important things. Like I said, like mindset work is very much up here, but when it's anchored into your body, it's anchored into your nervous system, and you're much more likely to actually create change and to be able to use this practice in day-to-day life. I'll just give you a couple of minutes. So we're going to begin, and anything that I do in this meditation, I don't specifically plan. Like I have the outline of, we're going to do a brief body scan and then do a little visualization and then install the calm anchor. Now the calm anchor is going to be a physical response. So it could be something like pinching. This is like actually like a way to regulate your nervous system, is pinching that webby bit between your fingers and your thumb. You could choose to do that. You could put your hand on your heart. You could do something completely random, like just knocking your knuckles together. You could clasp your fingers. You could put your hands on over your eyes, or because you want to be able to do this literally in front of your children in the middle of the classroom. It could just be something, yeah, just really subtle. Could be just like putting a hand on your shoulder. I'll let you decide what physical cue you're going to give your body, and then you're going to put a mantra in behind that. So it could just be, I am safe. I am safe. This is just a moment in time. This moment will soon pass. So again, I'm going to leave that over to you, because I feel like you're going to want something that resonates. Could be calm as my anchor. I don't know, I'm just making these up on the spot. My personal one that I use is, I'm safe. This is just a moment in time. Or we live in a simulation. This is all just a hologram. So yeah, whatever suits. Oh, my baby just laughed. She thinks I'm funny. Okay, so that's what to expect. And we'll go for about 10 minutes. And then, yeah, should be perfect timing to make sure we keep within the 60-minute mark. So when you're ready, we can all just close down our eyes. Just taking a moment of gratitude to thank yourself for showing up here tonight, for taking the time to experience something. This could be completely new, for devoting yourself to bettering the way you show up, not only for yourself with all of these self-care pillars, but also for the children in your life. Just taking a moment to really just anchor in everything that we've gone through. Coming back into the body, just checking in with those roots, feeling grounded. Seeing them wrapped around the core of the earth. And just noticing the bubble around you of protective white light. And starting at the top of the head, we're going to invite relaxation. Going down, allowing your face to feel relaxed. Down the back of the shoulders. And just as we're scanning through, not only are we inviting softness, calm into the body, we're also paying attention to any areas that may have tension or that feel different. It could be that some places feel hot or cold or dense, light. Going down the arms, down into your hands, inviting calm and relaxation. Down the chest, just noticing your breath. Not trying to change anything. Seeing if your breath is shallow or if it's deep. And just going down the back, across the shoulders, down into the pelvis. Seeing if there's any parts that require your attention, that are speaking to you. Your sit bones, noticing how they feel on the surface where you are. Down your legs. Again, noticing if there's any tension anywhere. Behind your knees. Down the front of your shins and your calves, your feet. Perhaps your feet are flat on the floor, just feeling really connected to the surface. Feeling grounded in your body here in the present moment. We're going to begin a visualization. We're walking through the forest. You got bare feet. The earth is soft, cool, The trees are all really tall, blocking out the sunlight. Got a perfect temperature. Feel really comfortable. As you're walking through, you notice a clearing above, out in the distance. So you walk towards it, just breathing in the energy of the forest, of nature, feeling completely alive and present. And as you get to the clearing, you notice a big grass area. And to the left of you is a little rocky stream. It's like these little mini waterfalls that fall just a couple of inches. You can hear the water trickling down. You walk alongside it for a while, feeling relaxation washing over you. And then you look in the distance, not too far away, and what it looks like is some kind of pyramid. So you decide you're going to walk up this pyramid, and each step that you take brings you more relaxation, more connection to your body, more calm. Feels effortless to walk up. In fact, every step you take, you feel energized in the most grounded way. There's 10 more steps before it becomes a flat area. You can see a door up ahead. The door has a golden handle. You walk over to it and you open the door. You can see in front of you there's a chair, there's some cushions and a rug, and it all looks really comfortable and cozy. So you choose where to sit down. Then you see someone coming towards you. They've got such a calm presence. They feel like your safe space. And you invite them to sit down with you. So you notice this is your future self, who embodies calm, and they have a calm anchor that they use whenever they feel like things just get too much. And here you receive this transmission from their heart to yours as a rainbow light, as they share with you what you've chosen as your calm anchor. They show you the physical cue to give your body, whether that's pinching on the web between your finger and thumbs, a hand on your heart, clasping your hands, holding both elbows. Whatever that physical sensation is, they're sharing it with you now and telling you that this has been your saving grace. This is a way for you to embody the calm you are feeling now, anchoring it into your body. I'm going to ask you to do this physical sensation right now in this moment. And then you ask them, what is the mantra? What is the one sentence, the phrase that I need to pair with this physical cue? And so your future self, is sharing this with you now. And it all becomes so obvious, like, of course, I am safe. This is just a moment in time. This time will soon pass. I am calm. Calm is my anchor. Whatever sentence that you had chosen, being given to you now. Calm is my safety. Safety is my calm. Whatever this may be, either say it out loud to yourself right now or in your head, in your mind. You can release that physical cue, and you can just sit here and ask your future self, is there anything else you want to share with me? I might tell you that self-compassion has been your biggest turnaround. I might tell you about how your self-care has improved your self-regulation, how your nervous system feels safe even amongst the chaos, that you no longer feel like things have to be perfect for you to be calm, that there could be a storm going on, but it's the internal calm that creates your reality. Giving you a moment to sit here and absorb anything that you need to from your future self. And giving them a hug, thanking them, anchoring in this calm with the physical cue and the mantra, telling your body this is how we are rewiring our responses rather than our reactions. So pause and breathe, followed by the calm anchor. Now it's time for you to leave out the door that you came in, feeling safe and calm and secure. Walking down the steps, one step at a time, falling into deeper relaxation, grounded in your body, making your way down the steps, back across, walking next to the stream with the little mini waterfalls, and the rocks, heading back to the forest, across the clearing, feeling the earth beneath your feet, feeling grounded and prepared to be the calm that you know you already are. Bringing the safety back with you through the forest, feeling the cool, damp earth beneath your feet, soft, grounding, until you arrive at the place where you began. Coming back into the present moment, into your body, taking some time to feel your sit bones, feel your body against the surface where you're sitting or laying, perhaps feeling your feet grounded on the ground, on the floor beneath you. You start just slowly wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe rolling your shoulders, moving your head side to side. back totally in your body. Returning, feeling relaxed and calm. And those fingers another wiggle in your toes. Maybe rolling your wrists. And rub your hands together. Like you're creating friction to warm up your hands. And placing them over your eyes. Feeling the warmth of your hands. Just slowly blinking your eyes open. And before returning to the screen, I'm going to look around the room and just find one object to focus on. Reorientating yourself to the room with that object, seeing the color, the shape, the size, the texture, the material it's made out of. Before slowly looking around your room, everything else around you. Noticing where you're sitting. Feeling totally back in your body now. And then when you're ready, to stay where you are. Continue on the relaxation. Just meeting me back here on screen when you're ready. And just a reminder that you will get a follow-up email, just a brief overview of what we did tonight, what we did within this session, and your invitation to whichever pathway. Or if it's none of the above, we also have a podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. So there's plenty of stuff for you to binge there.